Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the flip-flop chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make chicken taco salad. When I do home parties, this is a recipe that I make a lot of the times, and it gets such great reviews and have so many people that come back year after year asking for this recipe. So I know that you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to show you how to make this using Pampered Chef's Deluxe Grill and Griddle and a whole host of other products that you see out here. I've done a lot of the prep work, so this should go very quickly. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified anytime I offer new content. Please also go to theflipflopchef.com and subscribe to my recipes. You click the button at the top and you'll be all set. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our chicken ready. I'm using our stainless steel mixing bowls today. This is the 2-quart size. They all have the same features. They have a lid, a handle, a pour spout, and a no skid gripper on the bottom that keeps this from slipping and sliding around all over your countertop when you're using it. So I've got our chicken already prepped in here. I've got almost 2 pounds of chicken tenderloins in here, and I just went ahead and trimmed those up. I'm gonna add some of Pampered Chef's garlic oil to our chicken, and this is gonna help keep it from sticking to the grill plates. I'm gonna give you guys a tip here today. When you are grilling chicken or other meats, the best thing to do is to oil the food, not the pan. So if you're putting a bunch of oil in a pan and it's splattering all over you, this is a great way to avoid that if you don't need lots of oil, like for deep frying. So oil the food, not the pan. So I'm using the garlic oil. You can use regular oil if you don't have Pampered Chef's garlic oil. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons, of Pampered Chef's Southwestern seasoning. We have several seasonings that you could use for this recipe. If you happen to have the Tex-Mex rub or the Carnitas slow cooker seasoning or the Chipotle rub, you could use any of those in place of the Southwest seasoning if you don't have it. I'm just going to mix this up and coat this really, really well. Make sure all the pieces of chicken have seasoning on them. Don't be afraid to season your food. If you think it's a lot, that is equivalent to a taco seasoning packet. So the really great thing about our seasonings is you can actually replace taco seasoning with Pampered Chef's seasonings. Any of those Mexican flavors will do. Just 2 tablespoons is all you need. So I'm going to add this to my grill. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up version of view here so that you can see. And I preheated this grill on the grill setting, and I set the time for 3.5 minutes. It takes about 5 minutes for the grill to heat up, so it actually takes longer for the grill to heat up than it does to cook this chicken. So heating time is about 5 minutes, cook time is 3.5 minutes. So when this is done, I'll show you guys the finished product here, but I like to do this step first so my chicken has a little bit of time to cool off, so I'm not putting super hot chicken right on top of my salad. I don't like to wilt the lettuce. I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to press the wheel to start that 3-minute and 30-second timer. So that is our chicken. So that's the protein. You could put shrimp in here if you'd like, pork, whatever you like, or you can leave the protein out completely and just make it a salad. So let's go ahead and make our salad dressing. So I went ahead and made a batch of homemade salsa. If you'd like to see how to make this, I do have another video on my channel that will show you how to make this. This is Pampered Chef's Flex Plus food processor. It's one of 3 products that comes with our Flex Plus system. You get a food processor, an immersion blender, and a hand mixer. So I'm going to put the power stick right here, and then I'm going to take the battery. And you do get 2 batteries and a charger. And I'll just show you how this works. It's already done, but I'm going to give it a little whirl, let you guys check it out and see. So that is the homemade salsa in the Flex Plus food processor. So I'll set this aside, and we're going to measure out about a 1/4 cup of this salsa. I'm going to just pull out the blade, and I have lots of videos showing you how to use the Flex Plus and going into more detail than I'm going to go into during this video. So I need about a 1/4 cup. So I'm just going to take a spoon, and I'm using my small measure all cup. You know what, I'm going to do a 1/2 cup. I'm looking at this and I want to do a 1/2 cup. I usually eyeball this if I'm using like store-bought salsa, but I think this really needs a little bit more. So we'll do 1/2 cup, pull that down, and then we're going to measure out 3/4 cups of ranch dressing. Now I'm using a homemade ranch. You could use store-bought ranch if you like. If you want to check out how to make this recipe, I have a video for that on my channel as well. What am I looking for? Here we go. So I've got this plunger pulled down to the 3/4 cup measurement here, and I'm just going to give this a little quick stir, get that reincorporated. And I'm going to measure my 3/4 cups of ranch dressing. Yum. And I love this small batter bowl because you're able to just recover it with the lid and then put this in the refrigerator. So I'll set that aside for the moment, and I'll set this aside, and we're gonna make our dressing in a minute, but I wanna go ahead and transfer our salsa from the Flex Plus blender container into one of our mason jars. So this is a shatterproof, BPA-free mason jar, and the lid is super cool because it is 2 parts. So you could put a salad dressing in the top of the lid here, or maybe salad toppings like nuts or I'm drawing a blank, fruit, like any dried fruit that you might want to put, you can put that in there too. All right, and put that lid back on, and I'm just going to transfer this, try not to make too much of a mess doing this, pour our salsa in here, and then I can store this in the refrigerator. I also like these, you can use them to store fresh fruit in the refrigerator with or without the lid, depends on how you prefer to store them. I have some in my fridge right now with crates, and I just have the lid off. So my kids can just grab it whenever they want something. So we're going to pour this in, and then I'll put this in the refrigerator, and then we have it ready for if we want to make tacos or just have chips and salsa. I left my fan on and it's blowing all this steam from the grill over on me. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but it's cracking me up. Okay, and we will check on our chicken because it's done now. 3 minutes, you guys, 3 minutes, 30 seconds to make this chicken. So check this out. So you can store your salsa in here. I actually have one of these in the freezer right now, and it has homemade spaghetti sauce or marinara in it. So these are freezer safe also. Okay, so here is our chicken. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up look, and I'm gonna get my bowl because I wanna remove these from the grill so that they can cool off for my salad. I'm gonna use some salad tongs again. So these are gravity controlled. You point them down and they open, and you point them up, and the gravity pulls that little pin down and they close. Whoops, making a mess. These grill plates are dishwasher safe, and you also get griddle plates with your deluxe grill and griddle. This griddle can actually lay completely flat, so if you wanted to cook something on this surface and on this surface at the same time, you could. And this also even has this really cool hover lid feature, so I could, if I wanted to do like a grilled pizza, which I do like making grilled pizzas, I can hover this, and after I bake the crust, I can increase the temperature on the top rack so that it melts the toppings, but it doesn't burn the bottom of the crust. So I'm going to turn this off so that it can start cooling down, and then I will set my chicken aside also so that it can cool down, and we're going to use the salad choppers to chop those up in just a little bit. But let's get back to our salad dressing. So we're going to use our manual food processor to make our salad dressing today. You could probably do this in the food processor that comes with the Flex Plus as well. It's just a smaller amount, and since I've already used that, I wanted to use this one. We're going to take some cilantro, and for the salsa, I leave the stems on. For the dressing, I'm just going to chop some off. This is our herb keeper, and this comes as a set currently at the time of the video with our herb mill. And I'll use the herb mill a little bit later to grind up some more cilantro to go on top of our salad, like as a garnish. But for now, I'm going to just put some of the leaves in here. I'm going to add in the ranch dressing, and then I'll add in the salsa. And I'm going to just put the food processor lid. So this is the manual food processor, and then we have the battery operated food processor. So I don't want to confuse you. And we're just going to pulse, pump, pump, pump. This is the best dressing ever, you guys. So there you can see we have our dressing. You could transfer this to one of our prep bowls or other storage containers to store that until you're ready to use it. Now for this salad, I'm not going to top the salad with the, or toss the salad with the dressing. I'm going to just serve it on the side because this is not all going to get eaten in the same day since I'm doing this for recording purposes, and I'm the only one in my house who likes to eat salad. So it is what it is. The next thing that I'm going to do is show you guys how to shred the lettuce. So I've already rinsed this and dried it off. This is our our 6-quart stainless mixing bowl. So this comes as a set of 3. You get a 2-quart, a 4-quart, and then the 6-quart. They all have the same features like I mentioned before: a handle, pour spout, no skid gripper on the bottom, and a lid. The lid and the bowls are dishwasher safe for easy cleanup. And you could make this salad and serve it out of this bowl if you like. I'm gonna put it on a prettier platter, but you can serve it however way you choose. Now, our salad choppers, they're double-bladed scissors. I love these things. I have 2 of them. I put one in with the chicken, so we're gonna use that one in just a little bit. But the coolest thing about these is you can chop. They're not just for cutting. So you see, you can just sort of slice this lettuce if you wanted to do sliced. So you would get pieces like that. But I want this chopped. So I've already chopped part of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. I wanted to do some of it ahead of time, just for time's sake on the video. I don't want to take up too much of your time showing you how to do this. So anything that's a little bit time consuming, I try to do it ahead of time. All right, so while you're watching, I would love to know where you're watching from. Use the comments to let me know that. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave those there as well. And I am more than happy to help you. All right, so hopefully we got most of this. I'm just sort of dragging this across the bottom to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And I'll leave these out in case I need them. But we're gonna add some of our other ingredients into this bowl. And first one I wanna show you is the corn. Now, I cooked the corn in one of our new silicone bags. These things are so incredibly cool. Like, I really did not know that I was gonna like these or use these very much. And I keep thinking of more reasons why I need to order more. I cooked this for 5 minutes in the microwave, and it has had time to cool down, so I'm able to reach in here without burning myself. They're warm, but they're definitely not hot. I put just a couple tablespoons of water in there, and oh, let me show you. When you do this, you want to leave just a tiny portion of the seal open so that it actually steams and the bag can vent. Now, the cool thing here, if you don't notice this already, I have our corn holders on here. These come in a really cool container right here, and you screw them on before you cook the corn, because that's the whole purpose, right? So you can hold on to the hot corn cob. So if you were gonna serve these just like this, you're all set. Just know that you cannot microwave these longer than 5 minutes. You can also use these in a stock pot on your stovetop, and they're dishwasher safe. Now, I'm gonna leave one holder attached on each corn cob because I'm going to cut the corn off the cob, and the little holder actually gives me something to hold on to. So I'm going to use Pampered Chef's kernel cutter here, and I'm just going to slide down the side of the corn cob. So let me get this one out of the way, and I'm able to get the corn and the milk. So if you've ever made cream corn, they usually go back and scrape the cob to get all that milk out, but with this, you can usually do it all in one cut. Now with this, it's cooked corn, so you're not gonna really see that milk like you would on a raw corn cob. There we go. Need to get in my groove here, it keeps slipping around. Okay, so we're gonna cut the corn off, and you can put raw corn in here if you like. Some salads have raw corn. Don't forget to take these off so that you don't accidentally throw them in the trash. So let me discard this, rinse my hands. And then we're gonna just pour this into our salad bowl. And I love these flexible cutting mats because it's really easy to just pick them up, transfer and scrape the food into the bowl. We also sell a small set of these cutting mats. So this is the large, and then we have a small. All right, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some tomatoes, and this is the part of the video where I get to kind of show you my magic trick. So this is our closing cut. It has spring-loaded plates on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to fill this with some tomatoes. You can use grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. You can even put a chicken breast in here and cut it in half to butterfly it, or just cut it completely in half. You can use this on bagels to cut a bagel in half, or to cut a half of a bagel into another half. So we're going to take the blue color-coded knife to use with our closing cut, and at the time of this recording, this is sold as a set together. So what you're going to do is you're going to push down in the middle. So if you're using the palm of your hand, just make sure you're pushing on the middle. Make sure your fingers are not in the way of the knife. So we have this little lip for you to put your fingers on. Then put your knife up, lift up just enough to get the knife in, and you're going to slide all the way across. And what's happened is every single tomato has been cut in half. So we're going to toss these in, and you get to see this again because it's just so cool. And we have more tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of my favorite salad ingredients. So anytime I go to a restaurant and get a salad, I always ask for extra tomatoes and usually extra cheese too. So you know me, a little cheese is good, a lot's better. So let's see, our can of black beans, it was hiding from me. I'm gonna get a paper towel and dry off my cutting mat here so that I have a clean surface to work on. All right, I'm gonna drain my black beans over the sink. I'm gonna open this can with our can opener, and then I'm gonna use my small colander to drain that out. I keep looking to my right. I usually have my tools to the right and I have them to the left today. So I'm gonna just open this can. I attach the can opener to the front of the can and on the top of the can. So I started at the front, so when I've gone all the way around, I just turn counterclockwise to release the can opener, press the button on the side to give me the lid, toss that in the trash, and then I'm gonna rinse these off real quick, hang tight. We'll rinse the can for recycling. Let me just rinse these beans just a little bit. And I do want these to drain for a minute, so I'm gonna set these on my sheet pan. And while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and shred the chicken. The chicken actually shreds better when it's hot. So if you ever have really cold chicken that you need to chop up, just nuke it in the microwave just long enough to take the chill off. So I'm using our salad choppers again. This is the same tool that I used on the lettuce just a few minutes ago, and that was romaine. I don't know if I mentioned that when I was doing that earlier, so just to clarify in case you're wondering. All right, so I'm shredding my chicken. And then I'm gonna let this cool a little bit more. Because again, I like it, I actually even prefer the chicken to be cooked and cooled down all the way, or even refrigerated after you chop it. But that's a personal preference, and you have to plan ahead for that. Okay, so that out, I don't want to waste that. And I'm gonna set this aside for just a minute, and we're gonna shred some cheese. So I'm gonna use our double-sided grater. So one side has a really coarse grate, and the other side has kind of a, it's not your super fine, but it is a fine grate on that side. So let me open up this package of cheese. I'm gonna be using aged white cheddar. A lot of times I use pepper jack cheese for this recipe. And I'll show you, you can hook this on top of this little box if you want to, and you can shred right in there. I find that I usually shred more cheese than will fit in there, and so I just use it without the box. And you can hold the block of cheese with your hands to start, and then if you get down to a small piece, you can slide this up and push the rest through with this plunger. So I'm gonna just shred our cheese, and so this is the large grate, so super coarse, and then I'll show you the other side. See, isn't that great? So you get two different shreds if you want, but you don't have to do two different ones for this recipe. So I'm actually gonna do the super coarse, my words weren't coming to me. Super coarse shred on this one. I like the big chunks of cheese. Like I said, I like lots of cheese in my salad, so however way you like to make this, when you make this at home, is totally fine. You could leave the cheese out. I personally wouldn't do that. All right, so I'm gonna slide this up, and then you can put the remaining block in here and continue to shred this way so that you don't cut yourself on the blade. So I'll finish this really quickly, and then we're gonna finish up our salad. We are almost done. We have to put it all together. All right, and this little piece here, that gets to be your snack. And this is a dishwasher safe cheese grater. All right, so the only ingredient left we have to work with is our avocados. So we'll do that in just a second. I'm gonna put the cheese on the top, so I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna give my black beans just a little shake before I toss them in here. So just to recap, in my bowl here, I have romaine, cooked corn kernels, tomato halves, and black beans. And I'm gonna take my mix and scraper, and I'm gonna just mix this up like this. Just get all of these ingredients incorporated, and then we're gonna serve this on our chip and dip platter. If you haven't seen it yet, it's really cool. Let me grab one of the bowls so that you can see. All right, I just thought of a new idea. So we're gonna do this together for the first time and see if I can find a place to put this. Let me just set it over here. Okay, so I'm gonna take my chip and dip tray. Oops, maybe I am. Here's my chip and dip tray. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this right inside the middle. I'm gonna put my dressing in there. I don't usually do that. I usually just put the salad all on here, so this may not all fit doing it this way, but I wanted to do it a little bit differently. That idea just came to me while I was talking to you guys. So I can turn this. I might be able to get it all to fit on there. It's gonna be a taller salad this way, but that's all right, because we still have to add a few other ingredients. Oh yeah, I can get it all on here, I think. It's already pretty, right? Okay. Now, what we'll do, I'll get any of this out. I'm going to take some of this chicken, and I'm actually just going to use my hands since I'm going to be trying to get this in a more narrow place. I'm going to put the chicken on the top of the lettuce, and I actually will have extra chicken so that we can actually make tacos. So remember I said I'm the only one that will eat the salad. I have other members of my family who will eat tacos. So I'm gonna put the chicken on here, and I've got a little bit of meat left. I might need to cook just a little bit more. Let me wash my hands. And then let's get our avocados ready to go, and then we'll put the cheese on the very top. So let me grab another cutting mat really quickly. All right, and you could leave out any of these ingredients that you don't like. If you don't like the black beans, leave them out. If you don't like the cheese, leave it out. Whatever it is that you don't like, just leave it out. Make this however way you would like to. Okay, so let's get our avocados. I'm gonna see how many of these I'm gonna use, 2 to 3 usually. This is our avocado tool, and I do have another video on my channel that features the avocado tool and the guacamole seasoning. I can't get that off, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Make sure when you're using this that you know which side is dull and which side is sharp, because the sharp edge, it's basically a knife. So I'm gonna do 2 of these, and then I'll decide if I'm going to use the third one. And then you just separate these just like this. Got a little piece of the seed stuck in there. Take that off. But look at this. This is the seed, the pit or seed removal, however, whatever you call it. So we're going to take that out. So you just press it on there and you just twist and it comes out. It's way safer than stabbing it with a knife. Now, you can take the dull side of this and you can dice or slice the avocado within the skin. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dice it. Just make sure you're using that dull side, or if you go through that skin, you might need stitches. So just be really careful. So I'm dicing this inside first. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scoop it out over my salad. So I'm gonna put these chunks all around. I think what I'm gonna do is loosen all of these first and then come back, because my hands are getting really messy. And you wanna make sure that you have dry hands whenever you're using a sharp tool, okay? So now I'll get my hands messy. And I'm just gonna place this all around. And then we have cheese, and I'll finish this with a cilantro garnish. I'm gonna show you guys our herb mill. Yeah, 2 guacamoles is, 2 avocados is good for this. So we've got these nice, oops, that one doesn't wanna come out. Smush that one a little bit. All right, a couple more pieces, and let me wash my hands. We are almost done. And this is is my lunch, so I can't wait to taste this. It's been a really long time since I have made this recipe. Swap this out. Oh, I did forget one more thing. We're gonna also put some tortilla strips on the top. You could use cheddar cheese, like yellow cheddar, if you don't want to use the white cheddar, or you could use pepper jack, whatever cheese you want. Monterey Jack is good too. Colby Jack, as long as you don't forget the cheese. All right, cover this, and then I have these tortilla strips that we're gonna put on the top. So isn't this beautiful? So these tortilla strips, I have another video showing you how to do this. So if you wanted, you could put those inside of the bowl here for people to add on, but I'm gonna put the dressing in there. So just break off some of those. And oh, this is so pretty. I'm so glad I decided to put the bowl in the middle. Usually I just throw the salad all on there, but I just wanted to do it different. When ideas come to me, sometimes you just have to just do it, right? All right, so I'll have a little more of these than I need, so I can save those for another recipe. It'll be great on top of like tortilla soup. And let's grate some cilantro. But what we're gonna do first, because I'm probably gonna get some of that in there, we'll just let it be a garnish on top of the dressing too, if we have it. Okay. By the way, the blade to the manual food processors, dishwasher safe too, so just put the bowl on top of the blade on the top rack of the dishwasher, and it covers up the blade. Okay. And you could double the dressing recipe if you wanted to fill the bowl, or if you feel like that's not enough. All right, so I'm gonna take our herb mill, and I'm gonna take my kitchen shears and snip off some more. I like to try to do mostly leaves for this, so I don't end up with any big stem pieces as my garnish. So we're just gonna cut those leaves off of the stems and then put this all together. The herb mill comes as a set right now with the herb keeper, but look, you can just garnish. Got a couple leaves that don't want to go through. There we go. All right, and see I had one little stem. Just take that off, and I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I got almost enough, but not quite. So let's see. Now this recipe will be found at theflipflopchef.com. It's called chicken taco salad. And make sure you go to, if you click the button at the top of that page, it will take you to my recipe page so that you have access to all of those. And I also have a giveaway every single Friday called Flip Flop Friday in my recipe community. And I give away all kinds of fun prizes. Usually I give away Pampered Chef, but sometimes I give away Amazon cards or gas cards. So it just depends on what I am feeling like doing at the time. But this is our chicken taco salad, and I cannot wait to take a picture of this and to taste it because I know how good it is going to be. If you have any questions for me about anything that I shared with you in this video, or if maybe you'd like to make a purchase, I'm a consultant with the Pampered Chef, and I would love the opportunity to help you with your purchase. So feel free to use the comments, reach out to me, share this video, and subscribe to my page. That's all I have for you today, but I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.